So today we're going to be talking about some E3 action coming up here. I'm going to call this the Pre-3 discussion from
I didn't want to say
geeky.com. Pre-3 is totally the coolest name ever. Shut up.
I like it.
I was thinking the same thing, but I just didn't want to say it because I'm like, wow, that's stupid.
Pre-3. Now in stereophonic something. I don't fucking know.
In stereophonic vision, sponsored by Blue Coal.
Blue Coal. Burns brighter. Okay. So, all right. So we've got Eric here. He's a huge gamer. Garbage Gamer on the site.
Yes.
I mean, obviously he's a huge gamer.
Duh.
Except he's garbage at it.
What?
No, that name just comes about from the fact that everything I have is not new and possibly could be considered crap to everybody else.
And then we've got Tank over here. Tank, I think he has some experience in video gaming. I don't know.
Just a little bit.
Something. Tank.
Yo.
Tank here, I mean, he's had this experience. I don't know if you guys have heard of it. It's like this indie developer, Electronic Arts.
Oh, those guys. Yeah, they're a tiny little company. I don't know if they're going to make it.
I've heard them farting around a few times, but not really. Not really that big.
Have they done anything big? No? I can't really think of anything they've done.
Me either. You know, it's funny. I just can't think of anything that they might have done. I don't know.
They did that one that Storm Bullet or that one where it's that I guess it's some I don't know badass ripoff kind of dude. He runs around kicking people. I guess
you're gonna have to be
Storm
way
of
more
Bullets.
specific.
Storm of Bullets. That's it. Yes. Storm of Bullets. I'm right?
Storm of Mullets.
And then they have
That
this.
sounds like a far more interesting game.
Yeah. They have this game. Something with like I don't know. They call it like donuts or something. With the cars, the driving. Lots of action. Test Drive Unlimited. Clear. Yeah, there you go.
How'd you get that from donuts?
Well, if you can test drive a car in an unlimited fashion, wouldn't you do a few donuts?
I was just thinking of donuts. I was waiting. I was waiting for you to siphon in. You know, if you were test driving a car in an unlimited fashion, wouldn't you want some donuts? It's like, what?
All right, so we're
No, but in all seriousness, though, yes, we do know EA Electronic Arts. Just in case you're that stupid.
Now that we're like 4 minutes into the show, you know, those
Yeah.
people have already.
Well,
These guys don't know what they're
usually-
talking about. Close tab.
Exactly. I could close video, nerd rage, whatever, rage quit.
Thumbs down. Flag for
Just to
spam.
clear it out, yes, we do know Electronic Arts, and the games we were talking about are Bulletstorm. I do own the limited edition, so suck it. Anyway.
But yes, we're here to talk about E3 2012 coming up in a week or so. Probably by the time we get it on there, like a few days.
what I've dubbed as the Gamer Super Bowl.
Gamer Super Bowl. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's about it. When I went last year, World of Tanks was coming out, and they had at least 8 tanks around that whole place. There was like 3 or 4 of them randomly positioned around the convention center. There was another 5 of them inside the convention center itself at their booth. You could like climb on them and get your picture taken with them. It was awesome.
That's badass.
That is awesome. I'm jealous, bastard.
Well, we went on EA's tab, so
Yeah. Lucky.
that tiny little unknown company that had the
Yeah.
first booth when you walk in. It was just two giant screens staring you in the face.
EA Sports.
It's in the game.
God, I remember when I first heard that. I had a boxing game for the Genesis, and I had the digitized voice. EA Sports. It's in the game.
I remember that.
Yeah.
So, anyways, E3 2012. Any thoughts, guys? Anything you're looking forward to?
I'm still looking at what's coming out, actually.
Really?
Not really much of the way of any new, like, actual games. I'm mostly just, curious on the direction that some of these three companies are going to take.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's interesting thinking about Microsoft. Just like, what are they doing? I mean, you've got one guy working with the company, I guess he's a PR guy. I don't know, but he's coming out saying there's going to be no new hardware announced. He calls 2012 the year of the 360. What? What? And then another guy was talking about there's going to be no handhelds, so they have like no hardware, no anything planned.
I know. I mean, yeah, I'm looking forward to E3 this year, but honestly, there's not really. They haven't really talked much about it. There hasn't really been all that much
Build up.
Yeah, like there was like last year and the year before. So
It seems like it might just be one of those years where they're not really too many companies planning too much stuff, except for maybe Nintendo.
yeah.
Like Nintendo's got their Wii U, they're going to show off again.
Again, well, like I said last year, they only showed the controller, and then it was if you were actually there, you actually got to see the console.
Yeah, it seems like they're doing that with a lot of stuff, though. I mean, the E3 before that, they did that with the 3DS, and then they do that with the Wii U, that kind of thing, where it's like, if you're there, you get to check it out. Otherwise,
right.
I think it's a good way of building up hype, actually. But I'm just honestly concerned about whether or not they're going to be able to sell themselves to hardcore gamers, because it seems like they're trying to. But for so long, I mean, for a decade now, they've been, built off of this concept that graphics aren't that important. So what's going to happen when they try to, re-enter that market again?
Right. Honestly, I don't know. I mean, they got the right thought process going with the whole, graphics are not everything. I mean, obviously, graphics are something because you got to be able to see the game that you're playing, but it's never really been about graphics. I mean, some of the most fun games I've ever played had horrible graphics.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Oh, yeah.
I agree, though. I mean, I don't think that graphics are important at all. But, it just seems to me like they're trying to reach out to that certain gamer who's more concerned with graphics or something. Whether they be hardcore or not, I don't really think. If you're that concerned with graphics, you're probably not what I would consider a hardcore gamer. But, they're trying to reach out to that demographic of gamers, I think, that is more concerned with graphical ability, and they have not been trying to reach out to them for a long time. So I'm just wondering, well, are they going to be able to do that? Are they going to be able to bridge that gap?
There was a Facebook post by the website that everybody seems to love, GameSpot. Just pretty much asking a very simple question is it says, what do you think the most important thing that the PlayStation 4 needs to do to succeed as a next generation console when it eventually gets announced or comes out or whatever? And
Direct
the general
neural input.
During yeah, be a part of the game. I mean, the general consensus seems to be actually a few ones I didn't expect. One of them being the console being the first to get the next Unreal Engine, along with DirectX 11 support, which would be nice. But a lot of them, people are kind of saying to not steal from other companies. Like one of them saying to stop stealing ideas from Nintendo.
Maybe like with the
Move,
yeah.
PSN Move, and so yeah, I did leave a comment on this post to mostly just to as an answer to all the people saying that they needed to pretty much stop stealing the information, and this is pretty much what I put here. I said to all the people who think Sony stole their idea from Nintendo, and I posted a link to the 2004 Engadget show conference showing a very familiar shaped object being used with the iToy. Pretty much they were using playing a wizard style game where he had this pretty much stick with a ball on the end of it, and a colored ball, and he was drawing shapes and he was like casting spells against another person. And I put on a side note that the demo they showed would much later become the game Wizardry for the PlayStation Move. And so I go, so here's the truth. Sony releases titles to its systems, like exclusive titles, once in a blue moon. Microsoft pumps out every game they can possibly get their hands on, 90% of them not being worth the price or later being released for PC anyway. And Nintendo, well, to be honest, they're just going to keep on trucking. I mean, LOL. I mean, come on. It's Nintendo, the master of the family-friendly and drunk frat party fun.
Everybody loves Nintendo. I don't know anybody who doesn't love Nintendo.
I'll tell you what, I hate real-life golf. I cannot get enough of Wii Golf. Whenever I'm bored, I throw Wii Sports in there and play a couple holes.
Hell yeah.
I mean, everybody loves bowling.
Hell yeah.
The game is fucking addicting.
And fuck boxing. The game cheats.
It doesn't work all that well.
No, it doesn't. It cheats. I even have like the Motion Plus. It's supposed to be like more accurate. It's bullshit.
It's just cheat.
It just cheats. It's the end. Just cheats,
man.
This inanimate object that's only executing the code it was programmed to. Fucking cheating.
Bullshit.
It was programmed to cheat.
Yeah, why can't they get boxing down on any of them? Seems like I hear that a lot, even with the Kinect. People saying, they just can't seem to get boxing down.
I find it funny that, and when I remember when Kinect first came out, everyone was saying how the Kinect was so much more accurate and sensitive compared to the Move and even the Wii. And now, not a year and a half later, they're saying it's the most broken, unresponsive peripheral they'd ever seen be released for a console. I go, I wonder where they kind of came up with that idea. And I wonder where they got that idea from,
Yeah. To me, it's just like, I think of Angry Joe. He has always been a huge proponent of the Kinect. I mean, I remember when he first found out about the Kinect, he was all excited about it. He was raving about it. But then I noticed that all the reviews that he would do of Kinect games were like the ones that he was the angriest about. And he just hated Sonic these games. Sonic Freeriders, yeah.
Sonic, but the one, though, that just made me laugh out loud was when he did the review for Star Wars Kinect. So, yeah. I mean, I'm not saying that the Move is any better or the Wii Remote is any better. But, yeah. This is the perfect example of them hyping up something, thinking it's going to be awesome just because it's on the Xbox. They said pretty much people were saying it can do no wrong because it's on the Xbox 360, the most flawed game console released. You know, that I don't know where they're getting this idea that the Xbox 360 is such an amazing game system, because it has had more problems with this system than any of either Microsoft's, Sony's, or Nintendo's systems really ever released. I've never seen this many problems with one system.
And in the past, you know, when a system did have that many issues, I can think of a few in the 90s, you know, but when it did have that many issues, it usually didn't sell well, and it was immediately...
Usually back then, the reason some of the stuff would not sell well, stuff like the 32X on the Sega Genesis, or the Virtual Boy and stuff like that, because one, they were dumb ideas to begin with, and two, they were poorly marketed, and they were just not well supported. Nowadays, they're physically flawed. They're literally, they will break. This is something that I've said for years, and that the farther down the line we get, the more cheaply and crappy the stuff gets made. I mean, like I'm a nostalgic game collector, and I mean, I got games here. I have a Telstar Alpha from 1979, and the fucking thing still works. I mean, and people can't even get a 360 to work for more than a year. I mean, I just don't understand, you know, where they think that, you know, cost efficiency versus actual good product creation. I don't know where or why they think that would mix.
It doesn't matter about creating a good product anymore. It matters about selling a product, and you already have a built-in fan base, so you just build the cheapest product you can.
Yeah, and hype it up as this greatest thing ever when it's really a cheap piece of crap.
Yep. That's what gets me, though. It's just like these people are buying into that, and they don't understand that they're being sold an inferior product. Because what they're being sold is an experience, right? They're being sold the concept that the Xbox is better because, you know, more people use it, and you'll be a part of the club if you own a 360, you know? And so, of course, I don't even have to bother making something that's really, you know, quality product.
Yeah. It just feels like that now Microsoft is selling their 360 as, like you were saying, buy our product and you'll be a normal person. You know, you'll have friends and stuff like that, because everybody else has a 360, you know. It doesn't matter if the system's any good just because everyone else has one. And it makes me sick that they're actually, like, buying into that and actually using that as a marketing ploy.
Basically, my question related to that, to video games and computers, how do you think sites like Steam and Amazon have affected the industry? Because, you know, you can get games on there for way cheaper. Just download them off there for way cheaper, just months after their release, than you would be able to get them for the PS3 or Xbox 360. And because they're on the PC, they usually look a hell of a lot better. So,
well, I see it as a good thing. Obviously, for me, because I have very little money, it allows me to get games that I would have never been able to afford until they've way gone out of style. Still be in style and get these games. And no, for all those people out there, I know they're going to say it, no, it doesn't hurt the game industry. It doesn't, because you don't know how Amazon or Steam or Origins or whatever, how they got the license to allow you to download it for that little amount of money. They're probably paying out the ass in licensing fees. Trust me, the company's still getting their money, and they're getting a lot of money. So
they're probably getting more money that way than they do the traditional way.
That's the whole, you know, it's the whole simple fact, you know, you make it easier with a bigger audience for people to get your game, so you drop the price. Mm-hmm. Because you'll still make your money, and you'll still sell, and you'll get a bigger audience and a bigger following, whatever. And it's simple, you know. I don't know what you would call that. I'm having total turkey comatose brain fart.
Well, it's not only just being able to reach a wider market.
It's good marketing.
It's also that if you buy a game on Steam and download it to your computer, they don't have to make a disc. They don't have to make art. They don't have to buy a cover. They don't have to ship it.
Exactly.
So that's a huge savings for them right off the top.
Yeah. It's pretty much raw profit.
And one thing I love about Steam, because recently it just happened to me, I lost my Fallout New Vegas disc. I just freaking downloaded it. Bam! I'm playing New Vegas again.
I know. Most of the games that I actually went out and physically bought discs for, games like, perfect examples, Super Meat Boy, Darksiders and stuff like that, I didn't even use the discs. I just went in and I looked at the product key and I went onto Steam and I typed in the product key and bam, there it was. And it allowed me to download it. I'd rather download. It's going to sound weird, but yeah, I'd rather download all my games and then have physical. It's still nice to have physical discs because me and Stoudman were having a conversation like this not too long ago, how we're getting to that age where from, oh, we got to buy this game because it looks awesome and we got to play it, to, wow, that game would look really nice on my shelf. And yeah, it's still cool and it's still neat to have physical media to have to put on a shelf to display to say, yeah, I own that game. It's right there. You know, but the convenience as well also helps with the availability of Origin, Steam, Amazon, you know, what else, other services that are out there. OnLive, that's a great one. OnLive is actually a lot better because it's cloud gaming. You don't even download or install anything. You just, oh, I want to play this game. Play. And it like live streams it straight to your computer. So anyway, another tangent for another day.
But no, I mean, that's good because
it's the same idea. So yeah, it's convenience. That's all it really is. And it allows me to also have, because I've found that there's games that I have a physical disc of, I can activate it on Steam and Origins. So I now have 3 different locations that if something ever happens, like my computer crashes, my hard drive fries out, or something like that, I now have 3 ways I can get that game back. I can either reinstall it from the actual disc, I can get it off Origins, or I can get it off Steam.
So there you go. It's good for the industry. It's good for the gamer. It's good for everybody.
It's
the only people it's not good for is the console makers, which, you know,
yeah, whatever. Which usually nowadays the console makers are usually the game. Steam's already a part of PlayStation 3.
There you go.
You can link your Portal 2 account and information to Steam.
I really hope they start linking more. That's something I would look forward to. Like, I really that would
yeah, they've already started doing
talk about that at E3. Like,
so
if at E3 they announced that they were going to connect more Steam games, that would be awesome.
So yeah, I am a full 110% supporter of download services like Amazon and Steam and Origins. As much as we don't much care for Origins, not because of the service, but just because of how broken the interface is. You know, I fully support those because it makes it easier for gamers to get games, to get what they're called, which is gamers. You know, it makes them, you know, and also Steam is a big advocate of this, of bringing older games back into the limelight.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of like remaking them, not really remaking them, but like modifying them to work on modern systems. So like I said, for I think $1.50 a pop, I picked up Oddworld, Abe's Odyssey, and Exodus.
Fuck
and
yeah!
They were redesigned to run natively in Windows 7 64-bit.
Oh.
And they are fantastic.
I wish they would do that with more old games. I'll just say that right now. I mean,
and also what they did was
oh my god,
another one that they
Earthworm Jim on the PC.
Yeah, they have that.
They do?
They do.
If you go to Steam and you type in Earthworm Jim, you'll notice that they've not only sell the Golden Collection, the Genesis Golden Collection, but they sell each individual game for like 99 cents each.
Yeah.
You could download individual Genesis games.
Oh my god!
You know, so yeah, and I believe Earthworm Jim is on there. What was that picture? You know, it has 1990s gamer, and it has, I've been up for 9 hours. I've played this area 15 times. I now memorize it, so I'm finally gonna beat the final boss. And it shows like the 2000, I think it was like 2008 or 2009 when this picture was made. It says 2009 gamer, and it says, "God, there hasn't been a save point in 3 seconds. That's it. I'm taking it back."
Yeah, they don't know how much they're spoiled nowadays,
Yeah. Well, the whole story revolution. You remember back when games were simply just a different background image and 1 enemy, 2 enemies, 4 enemies,
yeah.
8 enemies, 16 enemies, 32 enemies. Just a grinder until you could not survive anymore.
I was gonna say, what happened to the Grinder franchise?
It
Just
became the
that
hack and
whole
slash.
genre. It became what?
It became the hack and slash.
Stories made video games art.
And I don't care who you are. This is for all young people out there. Games like Gauntlet are not hack and slash. They're grinders. They are always will be considered the grinder game. I don't care how old you are or who you are. They're grinders. Smash TV, grinder. Yes. Hack and slash games are Devil May Cry. That's a hack and slash. Because what do? Hack and slash. Duh.
Hack slash button mash.
Button mashers.
I'm sorry, but when it comes to fighting games, I am a button masher. Fuck all y'all.
Oh, you want to talk about button mashing? It used to be back in the day. They actually had advertisements about getting your thumbs all blistered and shit from playing games too fucking much, right? And playing them too hard. You don't see that anymore. You don't see anybody talking about stuff like that anymore because games don't require you to do that anymore.
No.
Whatever happened to the add-on peripherals for controllers that accommodated button mashers?
Oh my god, I used to piss my friend off so bad because he had one of those gamepad remotes for, I think it was for his SNES. And we were playing Mortal Kombat, and I had, I think Smoke, the one that fires the missile out, the homing missile. So I just, I quickly had it memorize the D-pad movement, and just sat there and pressed, I think it was like Y, and just kept shooting missiles at him. Pissed him off so much.
Fond
Oh, yeah.
No remorse. That bastard never taught me how to do combos.
You never taught me how to do combos? I'm just gonna shoot missiles up your ass.
Fine, I'll just figure out the best one and then turbo that bitch.
Right. Turbo buttons.
Yes.
Whatever happened to turbo buttons, man?
Oh, I know.
Now they're still around. Now they're just considered hack tools for Call of Duty.
Oh, yeah.
So true.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, whatever happened to the actual game development companies actually making a turbo controller?
Seriously.
Controller with turbo buttons, purposely designed into them.
Okay, though. Back to the subject. Let's go on to Sony, right? Anything you're expecting from Sony? They recently released the Vita. Why did I put Vista? They recently released the Vita to varied degrees of success.
Sony Vista suing out the ass.
But what do you think their plans are for the Vita? Do you think they're going to announce some?
Well, obviously they're going to announce some more games for it. No real news or anything of any new games for it. None I'm looking forward to. But yeah, I mean, I'm just looking for more games for the Vita to make it a worthwhile purchase. Actually, not for the Vita, but for the PS3. I am looking forward to some more information about the new God of War game.
Oh yeah,
God of War Ascension.
So yeah, the question is: are we going to get the same trailer we've already seen, or are we going to get something more?
I don't think they're that stupid that they would show the same trailer that was free available on the internet.
I think they probably will, but in addition, they're actually going to have the developers come out and play part of the game.
I'm really hoping for that because honestly, I'm not expecting much because there's not really much you can improve on that game. Can you honestly, Tank, can you think of anything that they could do to improve God of War?
This may come as a shock to you, but I've never really played God of War.
What?
There are people who haven't. It is a very popular franchise. Like, I've never played Uncharted, except for the demo that I played where I kicked Stoudman's ass.
Yeah.
Not out of choice, mind you. I just haven't. I haven't come across an opportunity where in which I could play God of War. I played a little bit of it. I played a couple levels, and it was pretty fucking cool. But I've never played through the series at all. Maybe I should steal it. I think I'll steal it.
But yeah, the God of War franchise.
Yeah, I think I'm definitely going to go out and buy it because it's not a game you really want to steal. You have to support these game makers, or they're just going to keep putting out that low quality shit.
The God of War franchise was something that I never really got into until way later in the game. My brother-in-law had God of War 1 and 2 for the PS2, but I never played them. And then the God of War HD collection came out, and I go, you know what? I saw it was at GameStop for like $20. I'm like, you know what? I'll give it a try. So I came home. I bought the game, came home, popped it in. I was pretty excited. I'd heard a lot of amazing claims. God of War. I go, let's just see how it is. So I pop in. I start playing the first one. A week later, I had beat both. I literally, every chance that I got, I'd pop in and I would play. Because I play either save point to save point or chapter to chapter. And then I stop for a little while. Because I'm not one of those who could sit there for 9 hours straight and play a game. I just can't. So I can play maybe an hour at a time. Then I have to get up and go do something else. So, but with that process, I was able to beat both God of Wars, God of War 1 and 2, in about a week. So, and they were fantastic. I love the story, the graphics, the gameplay, everything about it was damn near flawless. There was a couple awkward moments, but, I've already forgotten about what most of them were. So, then I told myself I had to get God of War 3. I have to continue. I have to know what happens next. And I'm so glad I did. I got through and played all the way through God of War 3. And, yeah. I absolutely love this franchise. It's PlayStation's flagship franchise right now. And it shows. It definitely shows. So I'm very excited for Ascension to see where the story goes. Huge rumors are that it's going to be a prequel. And to other people out there, no, there's not like 4 prequels. There's maybe 1. And so, yeah, anyway, moving on. It's the one I'm looking forward to.
Well, with Sony, they've said in the past that it's going to be a 10-year system, right? Do you think that there are going to be any talks about any plans for a future system this year? Honestly, I don't.
I don't either. No.
I mean, why would
system
they?
is still very much a powerhouse, and it's still very popular. And
The Vita is going to be a 10-year system?
No, the PS3.
Oh.
The PS3. It's just right now. The systems are just too hot to say, screw this one. We made a new one.
Yeah.
Because I think there are still some people who bought the systems originally who still don't think that they've gotten their, what was it, $600 worth when they first bought the systems on launch.
Oh, yeah.
They still don't think that they've gotten their $600 worth. For me, I believe
I paid $200. It was worth it.
I paid $418. I got mine brand new. I paid $418, and I bought a copy of MotorStorm.
It was $416 out the door, but along with the system, we got a couple extra things. We got a couple used games, and we reserved some other game. But yeah, all in all, it came out to about $400 out the door.
Yeah. So I believe with all the stuff that I've done, I've been able to do with it, and I can still do with it, I have definitely, it was definitely worth the money.
Yeah.
Bar none. It still surprises me, with some of the stuff they can do.
Oh yeah, some of these graphics that are coming out, like, it amazes me. Like, when this system came out, you couldn't do those kind of graphics, but apparently that was just a designing problem. Like,
yeah, that was,
you couldn't pack that kind of
games like
information onto the game.
Just honestly, I still say that the first MotorStorm is probably one of the prettiest looking racing games on the system. I mean, it's just amazing with what they were able to do, and they were limited. They limited themselves because they didn't quite know how to code for the system all that well yet. So they didn't want to push it, and that was if they were putting out products like that and they weren't pushing it, it's just like, holy crap. What's going to come out in the future when they actually do decide to push the system to its limit, like what they did when the PS2 was at the end of its lifespan, when games like Shadows of the Colossus came out. When we saw that, and we're just like, oh my god, this game looks amazing, and they were saying that this was finally truly pushing the system to its limit. So if they were to push out games like Shadows of the Colossus and games like Black on the PS2.
Black was amazing.
Just imagine what they can push out on the PS3. I mean, and we've already seen some very impressive, promising things on the system, like the Killzone franchise has always been very impressive. Not a huge fan, but I do have to give credit where credit is due. Those games do look stunning, and even Xbox and 360 fanboys will tell you, Killzone looks stunning on the PS3. So does God of War, so does Uncharted. They're all very, very graphically heavy games.
And here's another thing. The PS3, I've had this thing for almost 5 years now, and it has not broken down on me once.
Yeah, 5.5 years here as well, and still going strong. No overheating issues, no drive issues, no problems with the system. A couple lockups here and there, but that's common.
In fact, I was able to put in a 500 gig hard drive, so,
The only thing that really irks me about the 360 and the PS3 is that these are computers, quite literally. Mm-hmm. These are no different from the things that we're talking to each other through. But they can only be used for games and streaming movies? Really? Can't give us a little, extra oomph with them without violating warranties?
Oh, does anybody else remember the other OS option on the PS3?
I do. Yeah.
When the PS3 first came out, that was one of the big selling points, was the ability to install Linux.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
They've long since abandoned it. The other OS option's gone. You can't install another operating system on it because it's just they realized that after people started using it, just how freaking useless it was. and also they got rid of it because hackers figured out they can use the other OS option to hack the system. So
E3 is coming, and every E3 people get all up in arms. Who had the better show? It doesn't really matter. We're all gamers. We know it's not really that big of a deal, But, for all intents and purposes, what would you say is the show that you're looking most forward to, that you think is going to be most exciting this E3?
For me, that'd be Nintendo.
Nintendo.
Because they have the most going for them right now.
Mm-hmm.
They have the most in the way of just new stuff that they're planning on announcing. Going for them. So they have ample opportunity to really grab Best in Show this year. If they don't make it a numbers game like they did last year.
Oh, yeah.
Sony's very good at that. Of having the president of Sony stand out there for 20 minutes and talk about the profit shares.
Look what I can do.
Exactly. And then Microsoft coming out there and showing off their wonderful exclusive games like Connectimals.
My favorite thing is how every year Microsoft has to do this fucking, look, we're going to get Call of Duty game first, and this is Call of Duty, and it's our game, yay! It's just like, really? Like, you're going to show off Call of Duty?
Yeah, when your only exclusive titles are children's games for a broken motion sensing device, you got some issues. Which is why, I've rated Microsoft's worst in show 2 years in a row because they did the same thing both years.
Oh my god!
They started off their conference with this really, really lame gameplay video of the next Call of Duty game. Then they had some celebrities who gave two shits about video games come out and talk about some game that had something to do with them or something. And then they showed off a bunch of multi-platform games, a couple of shitty exclusives, and then that was it. And then goodbye, And then Sony comes along, talks profit numbers for a half an hour, and then comes out with some honestly heavy hitters. And then that's really it. And then Nintendo comes out and just kind of goes, "Look at us, we're Nintendo, we're cute."
I think he just wrapped up E3 in a nutshell.
Thanks for watching.
Don't even need to watch E3 or anything related to E3 this year. He just explained everything that's going to happen.
Yeah, because it's the same damn thing every year.
Oh, and the Kinect is going to have their Just Dance booth.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Every convention I have been to since I started going to conventions 2 years ago has had that goddamn booth. I hate that booth so much.
It's like, and I'm fat. I don't want to dance. Lord. And I was like,
although I did think because they always play Party Rock Anthem as one of the songs. I thought it would be hilarious to learn how to do the shuffle and dance in the grunt suit.
Yes, for those who don't know, Tank plays Grunt from Mass Effect? Mass Effect.
Yeah.
Mass Effect.
Tiny little game that tiny little company EA was involved with. made by this gigantic, awesome god of a company that just cares ever so much about their fans, BioWare.
Oh, yes. We know how much BioWare loves their fans, man. They're just complete fan service.
No, in all seriousness, not all BioWare is troublesome. The Dragon Age team is fucking awesome. Those guys, they're amazing to hang out with.
Yeah, the BioShock team wasn't all that bad either.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
I'm gonna
I damn near laughed my ass off though when I heard that Mass Effect 3 had a downloadable content for the real ending. I'm just like, oh, that's funny. Oh boy.
Yeah. I finally got around to finishing that game, by the way. Mass Effect 3. And yeah, that ending, wow, neat. I mean, there's some awesome combat leading up to it. That ending, wow. That was totally phoned in. Like, okay, run over here and stick your hands in this machine, or run over here and stick your hands in that machine. Either way,
choose that
everything blows up. Like, really? And then, like, all that happens is, okay, spoiler alert. All that happens is the Reapers just like stop and fly away. They don't explode. They don't like. What? They just go back to the dark little place they've been, and they'll come back in another 50,000 years. What? That's not safe. I don't feel safe with that ending.
Nothing has been resolved here, God damn it!
They're still out there. And now they don't have Mass Effect relays, which means they're going to be closer to us for longer because they can't jump the fuck away.
I sense a Mass Effect 4 game.
Shh.
Is there anything that you guys are looking forward to at E3 or want to talk about?
I don't know what's going on at E3, honestly.
I was going to say, take it away, Tank.
I have no idea what's coming up.
I rambled enough.
If I get to go, I'll just amble around like I usually do and look for something neat. I'll tell you what though, if you're going, definitely check out the Nintendo booth just to look at it because it's amazing. Outside they have 2 levels of consoles all set up for you to play, and it's just this giant black cube in the middle of the convention hall, and you go in there and it's lit up with all like blue and green. You can go in and play other video games. Like, it's pretty fucking neat.
What do you think that the influx of free-to-play games is going to do to the industry? Do you think it's changing things?
One thing I hope it changes is giving indie game makers, people that just download like Panda 3D and throw together a video game. Granted, not cobbled together piece of shit, but a decent video game, are able to, just throw it up just to have their art out there, just to say, hey, this is what I made,
What do you think? Do you like it?
Yeah, exactly.
Play it. Tell me what you think.
None of the bullshit of, well, I spent 6 months getting this game ready. I think you can afford a $4 just for the trial.
That just makes the person sound like a douche.
Yeah.
Like I put the time and the effort into making this game. You should pay money for it.
Like, okay.
Okay, sure, I guess, but you still kind of sound like a dick if you say it off like that. Which is how most of them are.
Yeah.
They're like, it's only $5.
It's like,
well,
yeah, well, I'm
like,
glad,
well, yeah.
I'm glad you
Duke
have
Nukem.
$5 to drop on some random fucking video game.
Yeah, Duke Nukem Forever on Amazon was just $5. The expectations nowadays of a $5 game are drastically different than what they were not that long ago.
Mm-hmm.
So nowadays that we can get sales and stuff like that for games for like $5 or so.
Yeah. One thing I fear with free-to-play games is basically just getting like cheap Flash games ported for whatever system you're on. Like Bubble Pop. Okay, this is lining up 3 bubbles in a row and then disappear. I could play this online for free.
Yeah, Alien
I could
Hominid.
download 60 free games on my phone just like that for free.
Yeah. The funniest one I saw was Alien Hominid. I go, why would I pay money to play this on my PS2 when I can just go to newgrounds.com and play the same damn game for free?
Exactly.
I mean, but it has extra content. It's the same damn game.
Yeah, it's the same gameplay, so it has extra content. I'll go on YouTube and watch it for free.
For free. So,
For free.
As you know, for geeky.com, I write the free PC game of the week. So I'm obviously a big supporter of the indie development community and the free PC games, or just games in general. So yeah, that's kind of what I hope out of E3 is they show a lot more free-to-play games. Is they show some games that from up and coming developers or even from major developers finally realizing, wow, we're a really big company. We make a lot of money. We can afford to give our fans, not a big one, a free game.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean,
especially
make
something
something
just
for
like
free.
stretching their muscles. Let your dev team run nuts for a week, see what they come up with, and slap it up on Steam for free.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I mean, you don't have to go all balls to the wall or something like that, like some of these other companies did, in a good way, mind you, with games like, like Tribes Ascend when it got released. Tribes Ascend, the up and coming Ghost Recon Online. Let's see, there's Firefall. There's, these are like, I've played all three of these, and my God, are they good? They're like, I'm surprised I'm playing these free. Good. I would have easily paid at least $20 for these. And, but also, games like Ghost Recon, they're from major developers. Let's see, Ghost Recon Online obviously was Tom Clancy Studios. Let's see, Firefall is Red 5 Studios, which is the original creators of Tribes. And then there's Tribes. So they're all big major developers at heart, but small development teams, and it just shows passion. A free game by a big developer shows that these big companies still have passion.
And there's still a way to make money off of those games too. I think that's what a lot of these developers are realizing is you can release a game for free and still make money off of it, and you don't have to do it in a way that is going to annoy the piss out of gamers.
Yeah, so one thing we try to avoid is the term pay to win.
Yes.
Where that's what I like about games like Ghost Recon Online and Firefall and stuff like that, because they're not pay to win. They do have real cash stores, but the only thing you can buy are cosmetic products, like skin and new clothes, or a place to put an emblem or something, new shoes or something like that. Just stuff to make your character look better, but not actually any. I mean, I think one of the stuff that I'll allow and that I won't knock a game for are like XP boosts, temporary XP boosts and stuff like that. I mean, if you got $5 laying around and you don't feel like grinding for a couple of days, you could spend $5, get like a X6 XP boost on or something, so you'll get 6 times the experience for like a day or so. So I'm fine with that. But when you start doing things like in Blacklight Retribution, where you literally just have to buy your weapons with actual cash, and that is how people get so good so quickly, is they dedicate like $50 and they just go buy everything and they're instantly awesome. That's when a game fails, is because that's a balance issue.
Yeah.
It makes games horribly unbalanced.
Yeah.
And yeah.
The one thing that also pisses me off about the pay to win is games that lock things out, and the only way to get them is to buy them. You can't play for X amount of time. You can't gain so much experience. You can't collect this, that, and the other thing to get these products. The only way to get them is to drop $20 on this, pack, and then you get all these weapons and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Why can't I just play this game for a weekend and then get the super awesome M4 rifle? Why do I have to spend money on it?
I didn't knock it on Ghost Recon Online, is because they do have that. They do have in their store, you can buy better weapons, but at the same time, you can also work to get the better weapon without actually paying any money. It's the trade-off. Do you want to just be lazy, spend the money, and get the weapon? Or do you want to actually level up and get the cash and the credits, in-game credits, to purchase the same weapon?
And on that same
note, so it's
note,
time versus money.
On that same note of balance issues, it'd be really great if they worked into the system a way of balancing the people that actually play for their power-ups, have them grouped together, and then the people that buy their power-ups have them, more often than not get grouped on servers together.
Yeah,
that way
just
people that have a passion
people.
for playing first-person shooters and actually want to, do this super tactical stuff can do it, and then the people that just want to buy scopes that look through walls and guns that shoot halfway across the map can, go have a, circus experience.
Yeah, I just think they should maybe have a filtering option, like people that have in their wallet, they can track what people have bought, because I know they can do that. What people have bought in the in-game store, and let's say in their wallet they've spent more than $20. Okay, those people get filtered into these servers, and can only see these servers for people who have spent $20 and up. People who have spent between $10 and $20, they maybe have like $15 that they spend. They're in these servers. Then there's everybody else that hasn't spent any physical cash. They're in these servers. Yeah. I mean, this isn't rocket science, people, and I know it's not that hard to do.
And it doesn't even have to be like hard coding like that. It could just be like they're more likely to be grouped together.
Yeah, and it's just that simple filter.
Then you don't run into people bitching that you're trying to govern our gameplay. Screw that.
Yeah.
You don't like it? It's called Panda 3D. Go download it. It's free. Make your own fucking video game.
There you go.
Exactly. It's just like, all these people who bitch and whine and moan about, flaws in these games. Well, I would have done this better. I would have done this better. I go, you know what? Fine. Where's your damn game?
Yeah, go do it. You know what? If you're so pissed off, these people that are so uppity about the ME3 ending, and are so on their high horse about how it should have ended and all this crap. Well, why don't you go out, download a trial edition of 3DS Max. It'll last for 30 days. Rip the files out of the game. It's not that hard. Google around. Make your own ending. You can literally redo the video game using just a couple programs on your home computer. Go do it. Show us what you can do, or stop bitching.
Exactly. It's a simple term. Put up or shut up.
Exactly.
Put up or shut up. That's all it is. So anyway.
That was a fantastic way to end off our PRE3 discussion.
Yeah, so remember, kids, put up or shut up.
That's our message to Microsoft, Nintendo, and Sony.
Yeah.
Put up or
Practice
shut up.
what you preach, and put up or shut up. So, yeah.
I don't know. I'm fairly excited. I know that.
I am too. I mean, I'm always excited for E3 because at the same time, I don't know what they're doing, and at the other end, I kind of know what they're doing. So it's exciting to see both ends. It's exciting to see how they're going to take what I know they're going to announce at E3, how they're going to go about doing it, and also it'd be exciting to see what I'm not expecting.
Yeah.
One of them that I'm actually more focused on the free-to-play area, the PC area, and the Wii and the Wii U and stuff like that with Nintendo. That's kind of like my areas of focus right now. Yeah, the one big thing I will say that I've seen rumors going around that I do hope they talk about at this year's E3. They probably won't, but we'll have to look for references, go to some of the more third-party areas to find this information. There's a huge rumor going around that Maxis, the creators of SimCity, are coming back with a new SimCity game.
Oh my God!
And it's
yes.
just titled SimCity.
Fuck yes.
I've seen that. I've actually seen the little box art for that.
I've seen box art, and I've seen pictures of the main menu screenshots of it. So I know it's being made, and both Maxis and people have confirmed it. But I don't know when it's coming out, what it's going to be like, or anything like that. But yeah, it's going to be made not by EA, but by Maxis. And that is just, you heard it here, I guess.
Oh, I just found some concept art. Oh, that's pretty.
I know right now, I know there's one person who's probably, he already knows, and he probably jizzed himself. And that is Clint. But we know him as the Lazy Game Reviewer. We will put a description in the description below. We will put a link to his Maxis overview video that shows his like 50-something copies of Maxis games, including like 10 or 12 different like regions and copies of the original SimCity.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm watching the trailer for it.
Link.
Oh my god.
This
That's
will
so
also
pretty.
be posted in the link below.
Yes, it will. Oh my god. That is so beautiful.
We're all jizzing over SimCity.
It totally looks like Roller Coaster Tycoon in a good way. Meet
Whoa.
SimCity.
Oh yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay, that's that's concept art. Okay, it is being it has EA on the title, but look, there's Maxis.
Yeah, the old Maxis logo.
Maxis.
When you play the video, it plays the Maxis logo.
That's
that's
updated
known
3D
as the version.
God, thank you, Lazy Game Reviewer, for this information. That's known as the Half Moon logo. That's not their original logo. It's their modern logo.
I'm so replaying this.
Yeah, I'm looking at it as well.
Holy fuck yes.
I know, right?
Man, you're gonna need a beast of a PC to play this.
I have a beast of a PC, thank God.
I know, me too. Poor Stoud.
Hopefully mine will. We'll see.
You do realize that this is gonna make me go back and
Cannot wait.
image is not representative of actual gameplay. Duh. I just like that it's just called SimCity. Coming 2013.
Oh.
So that's one of the things you're looking forward to.
Yeah, that's one of the bigger ones that I'm looking forward to is more information about the new SimCity.
Yeah.
That
That
just
looks awesome.
fantastic. I really do hope it's like that, where like, you know, if there's a power outage or something, that people would like convene on a bridge with lights and you can actually see them kind of pile up on the bridge and
get pissed off like, where's our power out?
I just right now the one thing that's just going through my head right now is calling a monster attack. What it's going to be like.
Oh,
you know,
alien attacks. Oh.
Alien attacks, monster twisters,
floods,
earthquakes.
Oh.
See, now we're
nerding
out about freaking SimCity.
I just
I'm glad that I have the original DOS version.
I think we should end off this little E3
We're such professionals.
rambling. You know. So me and Eric, I don't know if Tank's going to be around to do it, but me and Eric are going to do some commentary on the E3
conferences as they're
conferences. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
I was thinking it'd be fun to go down there, just hang out on the street. Maybe like wear the grunt costume.
That'd be funny.
Maybe they'll let you in because you're wearing a grunt costume.
Well, you know, if I run into the EA guys, if any of the Dragon Age or Mass Effect team is there, they'll probably get me in.
Well, there you go.
Just
Why don't you fucking
do the old
that?
badge switch?
Do it, do it, do it.
Do it, man. Just do it.
Thinking about it. When is that going on? June or July?
June. It's next week, dude.
Next week? Ah, fuck.
It's the first week of June. So we're gonna call it a night here on the PRE3 discussion. This has been Tank,
Stoud,
me,
GarbageGamer,
yes,
and hopefully we'll be seeing more from Tank in the near future.
I hope so.
It's good to have him on this podcast, PRE3. Oh, yeah. All right, so thanks for listening. Stay tuned for more
Stay
E3.
frosty.
Stay geeky.